Welcome to the So Social Radio Show. I'm your host, Richard Martin, here with my amazing co-host,
Cheri Martin, and we are the WCN Interactive Team, your Winners Consulting Network. And we are here to help you
dream it, plan it, build it, and most importantly, successfully do it.
Yes, for growth, prosperity, and success. And each Wednesday at 12 noon on TalkNetworkRadio.com, we share tips and techniques to grow you and your business, plus demystify social media and marketing for you so that you can have more fun.
And my favorite, more profits.
Yes, yes, yes. And we are expecting so much of that in 2017. We want to first give everyone a shout out and say Happy New Year, Happy 2017. I am so looking forward to this new year. We had a great 2016, transitioned a lot, have been loving everything we've been doing, but we have some really fun opportunities that we're looking at.
Absolutely. This is going to be a magnificent, wonderful, excellent year.
Exactly. But we want to make sure that everyone knows they can connect with us on Facebook always at So Social Radio Show. That's where you can continue the conversation with us. Let us know, what you would like to have us, what kind of guests you'd like us to have on the show. We're all about education, so we want to make sure we bring you what you want to learn. So give us that just, let us know and have a conversation with us. We'll look forward to that.
Absolutely.
So what we want to talk about, first of all, is we have a lot of new stuff happening in 2017 before we get into
we have an amazing calendar of events.
And we are excited to share that we're bringing all new content into our workshops this year. And our very first workshop is actually scheduled here in Brevard County at the Greater Palm Bay Chamber. And it is on Thursday, January 12th. That's pretty soon, isn't it?
That's coming up real quick.
And it's going to be a 2-hour workshop from 3 to 5, again, right at the Greater Palm Bay Chamber. You can go to their website at greaterpalmbaychamber.com and click on the events to get all the information. And make sure you do register because there is limited seating there at the chamber. But we're going to be focused on how to drive new business with social media. And we're going to go live and show you a really great tool we use to make sure we are mobile responsive as well as reaching a greater audience. So it's going to be a very, very fun event. I also want to mention that I'm going to be a special guest.
Drum roll.
I'm going to be a special guest tonight at 8:00 p.m. Eastern Time. So you can actually, for wherever you are, you can listen to me because it is a teleconference. What you need to do to register is go to womensprosperityNetwork.com/wow. That's WOW. So womensprosperityNetwork.com. Wow. And I'm going to be focusing tonight or being interviewed with Trish Carr on content, how to have a simple system you can follow to make sure that you are posting more effectively on your social media posts. So I'm really excited.
So you got 2 radio shows you're doing today, huh?
I do, and that's why this voice. Richard's going to do most of the talking today because I am still a little under the weather and it's a little scratchy. It's nothing contagious. It's just allergies that I'm dealing with here in Florida. So lots of warm water, warm tea with honey and lemon, all that fun stuff. But Richard, you have something exciting too that you introduced to our community at the end of 2016.
Correct.
And you have your first one coming up
on Friday the 13th.
next week. Oh, lucky Friday the 13th.
Lucky Friday the 13th, yes. I am going to be doing what I have named the Mastermind Experience. And it's limited seating, and it's going to be held at our home. And what we're going to do there is, how do we put together a game plan so that we just don't go gently into 2017, that we just explode through 2017 and make it that really once in a lifetime year that we can all have. We enter a new year. We all have a fresh start. It's a whole new mindset that we're out there with, that we're dealing with, and it's really important that you get it right. And the mastermind is, put together by, I'm going blank on his name.
Oh, Napoleon Hill.
Oh, Napoleon Hill, yes. How did I forget that?
I was going to say, what is our topic today, Richard? don't do this.
Yes. Napoleon Hill, and he has done a great job. His book, from the 1900s.
Oh, Think and Grow Rich.
Yes, absolutely. It's right next to my Bible as far as importance goes.
Well, it is a book that we open often, and one of my intentions this year, I stopped making resolutions because I think we tend to all make some of the same resolutions every year, is losing weight. And guess what? I lose it, but I find it back.
You refined it. You keep losing it and finding it.
So with Napoleon Hill's help, I've learned to change my mindset, that I'm focusing this year on releasing weight instead of, because I don't want to find it ever again. But also one of my intentions is to read a book every single week. And
what book did you choose for this week?
Oh, my gosh.
Because it's my favorite.
I actually start every January with a little book that you can actually read in an hour. And it's by Spencer Johnson. It's Who Moved My Cheese?
Wonderful psychology book. It is. It's intense, and it's easy to relate to. Mm-hmm. You can see yourself in the characters that are there running around, and which one are you?
Well, and what I love about it is I want to believe that I adapt to change pretty well.
I'm glad you added that.
My struggle mainly, in my belief, is the decision making, which tends to helping. You have to make decisions to want to change. So that's why I say I do adapt to the change pretty well. I embrace it, but I do know that this book really helps me look at change so much more specifically in what I have been challenged with or have struggled with in the past year. Because online in Facebook this last week, I read so many people just like shouting, I am so happy that 2016 is over. 2016 sucked. They were just bold. They hated it. They couldn't wait for a new year. We all look forward to a new year because it is a fresh start.
It's a new beginning, and it's new dreams. It's new passions. It's new friends. It's new business.
But we have to look at the year, not so much, even though we had challenges. I had some great things happen. I had a lot of great achievements personally and within our business, and together with you, Richard. One of our biggest achievement was making changes on our radio show.
Absolutely.
And coming off of AM and coming here with Jeff Heiser to talknetworkradio.com. It was, again, that decision weighing back and forth, doing the pros and cons, or as you like to say, do the Ben Franklin rule.
Yep.
And looking at everything. But once we make that decision, or I make that decision, then I really start embracing that change and I run with it.
Yeah, because once I make a decision, I never look back.
I know you don't.
You can't drive. You can't drive forward while you're looking in the rearview mirror, as the saying goes. And you
exactly.
have to commit.
Well, and you've taught me that through your coaching and mentoring with me. And again, so Who Moved My Cheese is the book I'm reading this week. So I'm excited because, again, I see things differently this year as I did a year from now. But before we get started talking about our topic for this week, I'd love to do a shout out, of course, to our So Social radio show sponsors and partners.
Absolutely. I want to start with Toastmasters, a world leader in communications and leadership development. Find out how you can improve your speaking and leadership, which I didn't know that they were doing that, skills, and visit Toastmasters with an S, D84.org. And they will be more than happy to describe how Toastmasters works and how it can really help you because, as I just said, it's so much more than just speaking. And I love it. Nancy and Scott Hone do a marvelous job running this district.
Exactly. Also, Constant Contact, an award-winning company empowering small businesses and nonprofits to grow and succeed through email marketing. As we mentioned every week on our show, you can be a marketer with their one toolkit, one login. Go to bit.ly/WCN free CT. Get started growing your marketing list. And right now you can get 30% off for your first 3 months. No contract, but what you need to do when you log on at bit.ly/WCNFREECT, when you go in and register for Constant Contact, make sure you apply this code. It's SAVEQ117. So that's SAV as in Victor, EQ, all uppercase, 117.
Excellent. They do an amazing job keeping us going. And email is the number one converter to revenue online.
Yes, it is.
And Everything Brevard, a Brevard County, Florida community website / really an online newspaper, keeps you up to date with everything that's happening in Brevard and gets your business listed on everythingbrevard.com also.
And we do invite you to learn how you too can be a So Social radio show guest, advertiser, sponsor, or partner. Just visit sosocialradioshow.com and click on the links and have a conversation with us so that we can showcase your expertise as well.
Nothing happens until somebody speaks or types. I guess I should add in that also in today's world with the computerisms that's there. But yeah, this is going to be such an amazing year. I mean, you were talking about it a little bit earlier, but I just feel the energy. I feel I wish I could come up with the word. I just feel all of that building, and I know it's just going to be great.
Well, every year, and we've been doing this now for, 5-6 years.
At least.
We choose what we call a theme word. And when we're focusing, both Richard and I kind of meditate and we focus on where we were ending the previous year. And like I said, I really felt personally, I did a lot of transitioning. And I was excited about taking where we left off and continuing on into 2017. And I believe, Richard, you had some of the same and similar feelings. So
very much the same.
Richard came up with this word for our team, and the more I just meditated on it and really thought about it, it resonated with me, and it just, wow, yeah, that's the word, because I know that what it's going to bring forth. So Richard, share the word that we're going to be focusing on, and that's going to be building everything we do this year.
Our 2017 word is expectation. So when you look at that, everything begins with a dream. But a dream is just a thought. It's just vibrations in your mind. That needs to have some sort of emotional action put to it in order to bring it to reality. So the word expectation really resides in mine, yours, all the listeners' minds as to be significant to the possibilities and the happenings of 2017. And that your expectation, no matter what it is, can be achieved. So expect it. Napoleon Hill has a saying that I just love. What the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So if you're expecting something, you're actually putting that Napoleon Hill phrase right in there. It's, what do you expect? Now, after expect, there's a lot of actions that have to come into play. But if you don't expect it, you'll never invest the time and energy and passion it takes to build whatever you're expecting in 2017.
Well, you have to really have that mindset that, first off, quit blaming, quit making excuses. We've all done it, but it doesn't help you grow. So we have to start changing the mindset and really realize that what we receive, we perceive. So, as I said, I saw so many postings on social media, specifically Facebook.
Not surprised.
During the week between Christmas and New Year, about everybody just wanting 2017. Let's close out 2016. I'm thinking, gosh, let's not speed up the days. I mean,
there's not enough time already.
The year goes fast enough. So let me enjoy this week between Christmas and New Year's. Don't speed it up. But I also listened and I thought to myself is that, they are feeling that way because that's how they thought. They are responsible for their own actions normally. I mean, most people are. Yes, things do happen that are not always in our control, but how we accept them and how we relate to them and how we react to them.
Let them emotionally impact us.
Yes, those are our choices. And yes, I mean, we had some personal family, a death in our family at the end of the year. I lost a very good friend towards this last quarter. The last quarter, if I really looked at it, I could have said it sucked due to those personal things. But I want to believe that I looked at all of those things that happened and I saw different. I reacted differently, I should say.
No, they still impacted you.
They impacted me.
But you didn't let them control you. Mm-hmm. And that's the big mindset shift. Okay, yes, here's something great. Here's something really terrible. Neither one of them are 100% pure.
Yeah.
But you have to take the positive in both and mold it and meld it into what you do, who you are, and how you're going to work with it.
Right. And it all began with the beginning of October and a nasty hurricane named Matthew that decided to visit us here on the east coast of Florida and all the way up the coast. But so many of us really reacted to where we took action.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't allow that to stop us. We changed, again, made some shifts in our direction, our mindset, and we rolled with the punches, and then we moved on. So, again, I was very excited when I started focusing on the expectancy of 2017, and I started thinking about it's not just the expectancy within ourselves, but for those of us that are using social media. Through my trainings, I find so many individuals that really don't have any expectations of what social media can do for them. They just want it to work. make it work.
There's the interesting term, make it work. The make it work is, I don't want to do it myself. And unfortunately, not always, but in a lot of cases, I just don't want to put the thought power into creating posts. Because to create posts, the writing is the easiest portion of it. Coming up with what to write and how it's going to emotionally impact your audience, like we're talking about here, expectations. What are your expectations for that post? Because everything you put on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, on that, you're looking for some sort of impact. If you're not, you shouldn't be doing it. You're trying to make a statement, and when you make this statement, it'll hit you consciously. But the ones that resonate stick around with you in your subconscious. And the subconscious is really the computer motherboard of your being.
That's a good way to put it.
It's where all the processing takes place, because consciously it's work. You have to keep it in forefront of your mind and you do it. But subconsciously, it never takes a break. It works all the time. It never rests. You're sleeping, it's still at 100% working on that. And so when you bring the word expectation in, or a goal that you want to achieve in, the goal of the subconscious is to put into your conscious mind a solution to that problem. And you can either accept the solution or not. And a lot of times, most of us just don't even know we've been presented an opportunity, and we just walk, Well,
it does surprise me still to this day. I've been teaching, training, managing, speaking on social media now since 2010. So 6 years, going on 7 years.
Yep.
And that I find a number of people's expectancy is that you just post and it's going to sell for you. So I really have to do a lot of education and share with them and help them through a process to understand what their expectancy is, or how they should look at their expectancy of social media marketing a little differently. And one of the things that when you shared this word this year of expectation, I thought of the enthusiasm that one really needs to put into every action they take, as well as the excitement. That's going to lead to greater expectancy and also help them enjoy every consistent action they're taking.
And you take those two words, very simple little words, but lumped together, it creates your passion. I mean, what are you willing to do? Your passion is not subject to your will. Your passion is something that you have to do. Your subconscious is saying, I don't care what you think. We're doing this today. And it'll weave its way around, and it'll make it happen. But that's where all these things that we read, Who Moved My Cheese, it's the impact on the social side of your subconscious that says, oh, okay, yes, I really do need to read more, go to more motivational events, go to more networking events, go around more people, so that I have and I can grow myself. That will in turn grow what I do.
Well, and the expectancy also leads to the intentionality. When you're taking consistent action and you have more intention, that will help you to have greater expectations because you're on target.
Yeah, it's like achieving any goal. Once you achieve a goal, you can take a little break and do the happy dance, on all of that. But
yeah, Richard used to get excited and could pick me up and twirl me around, but he can't do that right now. That's why I'm releasing that weight.
Okay, good. I'm excited about that. But you do the happy dance, and while you're at the happy dance, your subconscious is way on out there. It's figuring out how do I get the next happy dance? I like this feeling. I want another happy dance.
It's a good feeling.
What do I got to do to get the next happy dance? And you start looking at that, and I know you and I this time of year always do vision boards.
Mm-hmm. And we talked a little bit about that on our Envision 2017. You can find it on our podcast. Yes.
But, those vision boards, like blogging, like Facebook post on that, they're reminders, conscious reminders of what your subconscious said. This is what you wanted. Mm-hmm. Okay, don't leave it alone.
And again, share with our audience why doing something visual is so important.
Well, visual impacts not just your sight. We think, our mind thinks in pictures. It doesn't think in words or sentences. It thinks of everything in pictures. So we are much more emotionally in tune with images than we are with words. So, when you're looking at what's the thing with TV over radio? How did TV come in and push radio out? It was visual. It was a series of moving still images, and it still is today. So when we look at that, it's the image which elicits the emotion, and it's the emotion which impacts the subconscious, which drives our desires, which builds the expectation of, I can do it. I can have it. I am.
I love the excitement that it just exceed when you do this. And that's when you shared this theme word. I saw that excitement, and I see exactly why we've chosen this word together and have so much expectancy for everything we do. And we will wrap this theme word around everything we do, our radio show, our trainings, your VIP day. In fact, at your VIP day, I know you're going to take a deeper dive.
A real deep dive.
With, those that are in attendance in that small group. So they will leave with their theme word if they haven't chosen one already, and have those expectancy as well.
They will leave with the theme word, and it will be thoroughly defined. You will have every action step you need to succeed.
And just real quick, I know that you shared a little bit about that day, but if someone wants to get a little bit more information, it is a in-person. It's not a virtual event.
No, it's not virtual. In fact, it's in our living room.
I know. We make them in our living room and serve you lunch.
And I want that because I don't want any interruptions. I can't control what goes on in a hotel room or a meeting room somewhere. I can more or less regulate what happens in my living room, in there. And it's nice, it's peaceful, it's quiet. Phones are not just turned off, they're all unplugged on that. Cell phones are turned off on that. But it's there so that every person helps everybody else. So you've got, if you're one of the 5, you have 4 other people helping you.
And real quick, let them know, those that would like more information on how your phone number, so how they can have a conversation with you about it. Because it is exclusive.
Yes, it is. There's no overlaps at all. Just give me a call at 321-777-3487. And if I don't answer, please leave a message because I will call you back.
Well, leave your cell number as well.
Okay, it's 321-446-2155. And
just have a conversation with Richard to see if it's a good fit, because those that have been through his program, his day, they've changed. I've seen it, and I see it.
Well, I remember the first one we went through with Bob Donnell out in
Newport Beach, California.
Newport Beach, California. That was a total changer. And I don't even want to go into what he did because it'll scare everybody else totally away.
That was a 3-day weekend. I'll tell you what, that was powerful.
But it was awesome, and
it's who we've learned from
on that. So it was there. But the biggest thing that happens is we let life get in the way. We have all these problems. Things aren't great at work that cause problems in the home. Then you get down, and then the kids get down, and then you got this whole mess going on. And I'm not talking totally negative and family falling apart, although
we all have struggles
happens.
and challenges.
But
let's face it.
What
that
it
comes
does
with life.
is it defocuses us, and when we're not focused, we can't see the expectation. We can't see that dream on building all that back up, and it's really difficult. But like I said, that's what your vision board is there for. And no, it can't be your desktop on your computer or laptop or whatever. It's got to be tangible where you can reach out and touch it. You can interact with it. You can blog on it or make Facebook posts on it, and just keeps you energized, it keeps you moving, it keeps you going, and that's the whole purpose of it. But it's also the fun of it, because when you allow your subconscious to do that, you allow yourself to win. And it is all about winning. Now, there's different definitions of winning, but I'm talking about you winning for what you want to do, not what anybody else in the world has. The word is expectation, but it's your expectations that have to be manifested, and you're the only one that can build them. But you know what? From whatever state you're at, you can get it done. Just do it.
Just do it. Richard's favorite saying, and we know we have to take consistent action in everything that we do. So why not have a greater expectancy doing it and expect greater things and have those expectations so that we really are moving forward to something? Because you said something earlier in the beginning of our show about you can't get anywhere if you're looking in your rearview mirror.
Absolutely so. If you're looking at who's chasing you, if you're looking at who's trying to come up to behind you, if you're looking back to see who your closest competition is, you're wasting valuable time and more valuable energy.
And really, it doesn't matter so much as who your competition is, or even really what they're doing. What matters is if you are on track and that you are in alignment with your goals.
Mm-hmm.
And having a keyword theme word that keeps you focused and helps you see that vision more clearly and concise will definitely help you stay on track and not look and as I'd say get distracted and see all those squirrels climbing the trees, I mean, I'm not saying that we don't need to be aware of our competition, but we cannot fear our competition.
Yeah, I mean, there's nobody in this world that I can't learn something from.
Mm-hmm.
Good, bad, ugly, whatever. It doesn't matter. I can learn something from everybody that's out there in this world. And when you have that mindset, the subconscious is looking for words, images that it can put in your brain, that you can think about, that you can reflect on, and then you build it and you go and you're feeling so strong. And no matter what happens, it's a success. Now, that may sound a little bit strange, but if your subconscious is directing you, there is no such thing as failure.
Oh, say that again.
If your subconscious is directing you, there is no such thing as failure. It's shifting your direction because your subconscious is the all-knowing part. Our subconsciouses are interacting right now, not consciously, but subconsciously we are. And so we look at this, and the connections are being made, the pathways being laid. We may not see it for days, months, weeks, years, but it's being built step by step by step, and it will work every single time. And, the limitations are only those that we set up in our conscious mind.
That is also another profound statement you just made, because there are a number of us, and I know I've done it, been guilty of it. I don't know if there's anyone that hasn't, but it's very easy to make excuses, to blame others. But ultimately, who is in charge?
In the end, it's only you. It's never the other person.
I mean,
It's always you. And the downside of you, let me put it that way, is your conscious mind. Because it's the one that's making excuses. It's the ones that's giving you the what ifs. You should have. Well, why didn't you?
I mean, we all are the ones that are responsible for taking that action or not taking action.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know my own self. I always let go and let God. But ultimately, I'm the one that has to take the action. I have to listen. And that comes to me. But I have to be the one taking action. So ultimately, it is my responsibility. I have the free will, so to speak, to do as I will. So if I choose to, play instead of taking action on a project I know that I should be taking an action on, and I don't finish it for the deadline, there's nobody's fault but my own. So again, it's that consistent action and having being expectant of yourself, of getting things moving forward and taking responsibility.
Absolutely so. I mean, you go back to a video that was out September, October, of this absolutely crazy guy that jumped out of an airplane at 25,000 feet with no parachute. No parachute, folks.
I don't even want
Absolutely
to go there.
not. He just jumped out of this airplane. Now, he wasn't crazy. There was a big net that was under him. About 25,000 foot, a couple hundred feet net is like looking at the head of a pin. Okay, there's lots of things that happen on the way down. But it was a leap of faith. He knew, because he had figured out all the angles, everything that happened. He spent that time to develop and understand all the variables along the way. And so, when you're looking at expectations, and I want to tie that into expectation, you have to do the same thing. You just don't go willy-nilly and say, I expect I'm going to make $250,000 this year. Well, you could. Anybody can.
But what are the action steps to get there?
Exactly. What are you going to do it? Because at $250,000, the people that are going to pay you that money have a lot of expectations of you if you're going to do it.
They have those expectations as well, so it kind of goes in a circle. But back to the gentleman that jumped out of the airplane, because I remember that. I was like, unbelievable. I thought, this guy is crazy. First of all, I have this fear of heights that I am learning to overcome. But he did not jump out of that airplane expecting to miss the net.
No, he knew he was going to hit that net.
Yeah.
Like when he got down, he said, I was a little nervous there at the end because I wasn't at the dead center of the net. I was a little bit over
on the edge.
Whatever side it was on that. But, he knew he could do it.
And his family that were down there they expected him to make it as well.
Everybody did. It take a lot of planning, a lot of effort. I mean, a lot
of logistics, yeah, definitely.
They dropped whatever his body weight. They dropped bags of sand from that 25,000 feet, testing things out. So a lot of research and thought, not just time and money, went into this thing. And the neat thing about working with your mind is it doesn't cost any of us a lot of money. It will take some time. Mm-hmm. It will take a huge amount of effort. And, that's why coaches and mastermind people make the money they make. If you want a $1 million coach that's going to help you get to $1 million, yeah, you can expect to pay $25,000 to $50,000 for that type of a coach at that level.
And you should expect great things to happen, but it all comes back to you.
Are you going to do the work?
Ooh, that 4-letter word.
That dirty 4-letter word, W-O-R-K. Yeah, it's there, but you know what? Most of that work is really fun. It really is. Because, the enjoyable side of what's there, you're going for a promotion and you need to do that extra special something to get you noticed. When you get that noticed and they call you in for an interview for that new job, that promotion, that's the fun side of what's there. That's when your whole body is just tingling with excitement and passion and saying, "Hey, we're gonna get this done. We're gonna do this," because we know in our own mind that we're already prepared to do that job. We're already prepared to overcome all the obstacles of transitioning to your new life. To your better life, to your bigger life, to your bolder life.
Mm-hmm. I like the sound of that. I really do. Well, kind of to wrap up a lot of what you shared so much valuable information today, Richard. So first of all, I just want to say thank you for really bringing your dream and how you coach us as a team here to the So Social Radio Show to our listeners. But we're down to about 7 minutes, but to kind of wrap up and provide maybe some steps for our listeners in some direction that they can start taking to how they could choose maybe a theme word or, to help them see 2017 a little differently.
I'm going to give you a tip on it. Now, this is not an easy tip I'm going to give. Okay, this will take effort, but every adversity that you face, every failure that you fight through, every heartbreak that you overcome carries with it a seed of equal or greater benefits. And what that means is adversity in and of itself is a growth experience. That's your mind saying, okay, we don't know what's happening here and we need to learn it. So when you quote unquote go in for your annual review, when you're working for a corporation, and they start talking to you about all your shortcomings, where you need to improve upon, how you can interact better with the people that you're working with, how you can make that more significant impact of what's going on, you're at a decision point. The decision point is not, well, I'm upset at what this thing, you should have given me a better review. I did better than that. I'm worth more than that. But the thing that happens is we take it emotionally. We take it from the side that we are being beat down. We are being lectured to on putting all of that out. When reality, because I say this only from experience, because I can remember one time when this happened to me. And, in the end, about 6 months later, I got a really nice promotion to a plant manager. But it wasn't without that little seed of adversity. And that seed of adversity where I was sitting, I had to make a subconscious decision. Consciously, I wanted the promotion. That was easy. But subconsciously was my mind set of such a balanced point that it would accept the review that I was getting and accept them as positive input on how I could get better. I had a decision point. I could say yes, which I did, or I could say, I really don't think your evaluation is really fair or truthful, and go into a whole litany of reasons why. Because in every truth there's a lie, and in every lie there's a truth. So you have to be able to pick up and discern whether these people and what their intent is their intent to really run you off? And in some cases it is. Or is their intent to really help you grow and get to that next level? Are they setting you up for success and saying, this is what you need to do? This is how come you have to build it? Are you willing to expect it and take that leap? Are you willing to do the Steve Harvey and jump? And a lot of people are not. And as you go up the line of expectations, as you get better, as you get stronger, as you get bigger, as you become more in tune to your environment, you have that decision. Are you or are you not going to accept you as you truly are, not as who you may think you are, but are you going to accept this? Are you going to allow it to inculcate your being so that you can get not only this promotion, but already be on the list for the next promotion? Are you ready to do that? Are you ready to go head on and let people know your true being? The caring, compassionate person that we all have inside us. The caring, compassionate person that we want to give that experience to the people we work with, our friends, our kids, our spouses, and anybody else that we come in contact within the world. This is what's important. This is the true meaning of what we're doing and how we're putting together. And when you implement this, there is absolutely no such thing as failure. Failure does not exist in the subconscious mind.
So expect success.
Always. Always.
Great way to end it. Great way. Awesome. Bravo, Richard.
Well, thank you for the interview. You did a great job.
Phenomenal. Yes. Well, I want to make sure that if you have, first of all, I want to invite you, if you have a theme word, please come to So Social Radio Show on Facebook, and our timeline is open for you to write. Share it with us. We'd love to have a conversation with you about it. If you would like to join Richard for his VIP day, which is a week from this Friday, and it's a lucky Friday the 13th, January the 13th.
And that was intentional.
Give him a call at 321-446-2155 and just have a conversation with him and see how you can be a part of this small group. There's just a couple of slots available. And with that, I just want to say thank you again, Richard. Thank you to our listeners. We are so excited about moving into 2017.
We're so blessed to have such great listeners and loyal listeners. It's amazing.
And we just ask, make sure you download the app, the Talk Network app on your Android or on your iPhone, so you can listen to us anywhere, even if you're not sitting at a computer, because we know how busy everyone is. We don't want you to miss any of our shows, so they're also podcasts. Go to talknetworkradio.com and click on the So Social Radio Show so you can listen to our podcasts of this week and previous. So
all the archives are up there.
Definitely. So we just want you to remember, tune in every Wednesday at 12 noon on talknetworkradio.com to the So Social Radio Show so you can have more fun.
And my favorite, more profits.
Make it a great social week.